is. It's the fugitive.
With a yo-ho-ho, it's Tale of the Toaster. Welcome to the exclusive post-game story in Inazuma 11 GO Light, which will lead to us taking on Eternal Light. There is, of course, a similar exclusive story within Inazuma 11 GO Shadow, and that will be covered as its own video as well. But for now, we need to head to Ryman Junior High to kick off the Light story. What? You're absolutely sure? I am. I received word from Sanford. It seems the Royal Academy player who went missing has returned. He must have had a traumatic experience though. He was very weak when he returned and apparently muttering some strange things. Does that mean what I think it means? I'd like to speak to him, if you don't mind. Well, we're going to get there first, Mark, because actually we can head to Royal Academy and speak to that boy. Now, I will clarify that this opening 10 minutes or so of the Light exclusive story will be exactly the same in Go Shadow, and I will be covering that content in full in both videos, so if you've already seen this part, please feel free to skip ahead to further in the video. But for now... You mustn't get on the ship, on that ship, not ever. The big ship with the river raft arena. Stay away. Don't board that ship. If you do, only nightmares await. Ah, forgive me, no more, no more. What on earth happened to him? What could be that bad? Well, I'll tell you one thing, it would put me off boarding that ship. But Arian Sherwind is not thinking much like me. Instead, we need to head to the Roulette Park, click on the word water near the river arena to put us at the start of the river raft arena. You don't want to go to the stadium itself by mistake. Take a photo of a crab if you so desire, and then investigate this terrifying ship. Wow, this is a pretty big ship. Do you think it's the one that boy from Royal was talking about? Don't get too close. It could be dangerous. Huh? For some reason I feel really sleepy. Take them on board.
The guess that someone knocked us out, brought us here. Nothing but ocean as far as the eye can see. What is this? Some kind of desert island?
This is Sanctum. The name means sacred place, but don't be fooled. It's as far from sacred as you can get.
You've been here before?
Yes. Sanctum is an isolated island where 5th Sector train young players to become Imperials.
Well, that explains why we can't see the mainland.
I was only here for a short time, so I don't know all that much about the island itself. But what I can say is that the training carried out here is not normal. Even after becoming Imperials, all who have trained on this island fear to return. It's a difficult place to forget.
Why have we been brought to such a terrible place?
Don't you worry yourselves.
that various players of Inazuma National are here to help us out and for us to speak to in just a little bit. Before we get there, there is a shop in this route, and the items here are extremely good. Obviously very expensive, but I would suggest buying whatever you can afford and equipping it to the player of your choice, which I'll be doing off screen, because for now we need to speak to the Inazuma National players.
These are my friends. They've been helping me investigate this island.
Huh? Hi, I'm Nathan Swift. Any Rymon student is a friend of mine.
Yeah, same. But I'm me. I'm Jack Woolside. It's great to meet the new up-and-coming team.
Caleb Stonewall. Can't say I like getting wrapped up in other people's business, but I guess I can make an exception in this case.
I can't believe it. Inazuma National in the flesh. It's like a dream. I mean, Swift and Woolside. We're talking pro league players here. Let's get their autographs.
I'm not sure this is the time.
I'm sure you all remember when I left the team for a while. Well, one of the reasons I had to do that was to investigate this island.
I found out there were a right dreadful training facility on this island that 5th Sector were using to produce Imperials. So I told Mark.
This was just after our match with Alpine.
That's right. Once I heard what Sean had to say, I couldn't just ignore it. So I got some old friends together and we started investigating.
Did you find anything out?
This is just one of many training facilities run by 5th Sector. You can find them all over Japan. But this particular facility, Sanctum, is the most high-ranking of them all.
So the very best Imperials come from here. Wow.
The problem lies in their methods. Sanctum is like a prison. They keep children locked up and force them to follow an intense training regime.
What?
But that's awful.
Yeah, it really is.
That's why we intend to expose 5th Sector's wrongdoings. Then we'll shut down 5th Sector and release all the children suffering here.
I were hoping you lot wouldn't get mixed up in this, but since you're here now, will you help us?
Yeah. All right, let's get moving then. We don't know what we might find here, so stay on your guard, everyone.
Now, as I mentioned, everything that we've seen up to this point of the video is exactly the same in Go Light and Go Shadow. If you're playing Go Shadow, you have a little bit further to go after this, but if you're playing Go Light, passing into the very next screen of the map will move you straight into the action. Let's do it.
Welcome, friends, to Sanctum. I am Pincus Mountbatten, the director of this sacred training ground. Rymon 11, you have been graced with the honor to take part in a special training course courtesy of 5th Sector.
Training from 5th Sector? You're out of your mind!
We know about the terrible things you're doing here. Release the children at once!
Once you have come to appreciate your own powerlessness, you will crave the power that we can offer you.
Power?
First, allow me to show you the ultimate power, the limitless, magnificent power we possess.
So, you are the Rymon 11. It's a pleasure to meet your friends. We are eternal light. We are the rays that penetrate the darkness.
Bailong, you're the captain of this team?
You have some nerve returning here after you fled Sanctum like a coward.
I obeyed my orders. Nothing more.
Either way, it matters not. The days when you and I were equals are long past. You will tremble before my power.
What should we do?
If If it's a match they want, then we'll just have to give them one, won't we?
That's right. We won't let 5th Sector get away with this.
Seeking ultimate strength will only lead to tearing yourself apart. Trust me. I know.
Everyone just play your own way. Aim for victory like always. That's all you can do.
Everyone do your best. We can't go running from a challenge.
He calls this special training. There's always got to be someone with some seriously messed up ideas.
Ultimate strength? So, if the Sanctum students are the chosen among the Imperials, these players are the chosen among them. The atmosphere around here is right dark and heavy. I don't know how 5th Sector can treat kids like this.
But here we are regardless in the Sanctum, faced with eternal light. Now if you were to look at the bottom screen, you can see that there is actually another pathway at the top left, which would lead you to some exclusive items and other random encounters. There's even a random encounter on our immediate left, but it's not plot relevant, so I'm not going to do it. However, there's no reason to cover that route in this video because I will be covering it in the Shadow video and also a certain other video which will be taking place in Sanctum. So, if your team is ready, I suggest being around level 60 because that's what these guys are. It's time to take on the post-game super boss of Inazuma 11 GO Light, Eternal Light.
Are you ready to face eternal light? Ha! Then it's time for you to learn just how outmatched you are.
And here they are, Eternal Light at level 60. We tower above them just a little bit at level 65, but they definitely have the stats to make up for that. I'm going with a fairly normal Ryman squad, the one that we saw for most of the Let's Play, and none of the players involved with the Southern Claw match and the multiplayer. In the interest of fairness, because that team got a little too high leveled for my liking, I want to show just how difficult this post-game match can be. So they are level 60, and if you're not around level 60 before taking these guys on, I recommend having a run through Vladimir's Ultimate Tournament. Do the lower route, try to S-rank it. That should get you up to around level 60 and get you a golden key in the process. And then you'll be on level footing. If you try to take these guys on directly after beating the game, it's not going to go well. Trust me, I've tried. You lose every single duel. But if you can reach level 60, then you should be about on par. Of course, the main strategy is to completely drown them out with Fighting Spirit, and the one you should be most cautious of belongs to the team captain Bailong, by far the best player on the pitch. He's got a great shooting move, White Hurricane, a great dribbling move in Warp Step, and even a great blocking move in Ozone Flare. He has genuinely got a bit of everything, and that is obviously why he's the captain. He's serious business. And he's got a Fighting Spirit as well, which is one of the best ones going. They're actually going to bring out Black Pawn, which, as we mentioned in the video against Northern Fang, that's a game exclusive alternative to the type of Fighting Spirits we would see on Dragon Link, whereas White Rook just belongs to Dragon Link normally. So the chess theme coming in hard. It's as though we're playing Ace Attorney Investigations 2. But nevertheless, that's actually a really good opening for me. They do have a defender in position to shot block at pretty much all times. With the wall as well, that formation is designed to always have shot blocking on deck. You won't be getting any goals with Flying Fish. And Snakebite is very, very good as well, to the point where our Fighting Spirit shot has been stopped without the goalkeeper even having a Fighting Spirit open of his own. His catch stat is almost maxed out, even at level 60. It's crazy how good this goalkeeper is. But still, your biggest threat is, of course, Bailong. And if he brings out his Fighting Spirit, you could be in trouble. We're going to take that lead for now, see how long we can make it last. But the main tip I have for dealing with Bailong is that his Fighting Spirit is of the air element. So if you want to take it down in a duel, the best way to do that is with Roma's Fighting Spirit Musashi, because that is an Earth element one, which is also very good for attacking in the process. I'm actually going to go against my own advice for now, just in case I'm able to get into a position where I can bring out Griffin, because canonically this would be a great place to do that. That's kind of the main narrative of the movie, which is obviously called Inazuma 11 GO, the Ultimate Bonds Griffin, named after the Fighting Spirit. I'm worried here. God Hand V, I got that move in a golden chest for beating Vladimir's Ultimate Tournament on the lower route. And if I did that on Shadow, I'd actually have capable hands out of that chest instead. So that's just another reason why you should probably try and open with that. And now the... Oh, imagine if that went in! Their goalkeeper has their Fighting Spirit open right now, so I don't think we're going to be scoring on him with anything we've got other than Griffin. But I'll bring out Maestro just to make it a possibility. Of course, this team is the main one of the main focuses of the movie. Quite a good movie as well. I think it might actually be a contender for the best Inazuma 11 movie. And yeah, Griffin comes out in order to take down these guys. Not exactly ancient Eternal Light, but well, you'll see. For now, we're going to go for a Pegasus Punch and truly test the power of this Fighting Spirit in goal. I'm honestly not confident. Oh, we're getting in there! Well, 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 and I even switched off my level 75 team in the interest of fairness, but we're still absolutely handing it to these guys at the moment. I remember the very first time I took on Eternal Light, and I just couldn't really believe what I was looking at, to be honest. I was getting destroyed by them so easily. It's kind of jarring to have such an easy time with them now. Can I stop this outright with Mystic Mist? I doubt it. Yes, I'm kind of wasting my TP on God Hand V, but nevertheless, if you want to use JP as a goalkeeper in this game, which a lot of people don't recommend, many people say that the goalkeeper of Universal, which is called Saturn, is probably the best goalkeeper you could pick up, and I can definitely understand that logic. Let's have a late Flying Fish. They'll shot block it, but I've got 1 minute left in this half. Let's do something. Yeah, JP, he's got a great Fighting Spirit for stopping shots, but he only gets God Hand, which costs 30 TP to use, so not very good. I do recommend getting him God Hand V or Capable Hands, depending on your version, by S rank in the low route of Vladimir's Ultimate Tournament. But well, well, half-timer, we are 2-0 in the lead. This is going very, very well. So, no substitutions to be made. The team's greatest asset is their relentless attack. They see through their opponent's strategies and use their own skills effortlessly. You could say that they are the embodiment of positive energy.
That's kind of scary. They're on a completely different level to the teams we've faced before.
Their speed and precision is exceptional. We barely had a chance to even use our own moves. An interesting observation. Are you implying that if you had the time to use your moves, you would have been able to stop us? Oh, we can't lose to these guys. Well, newsflash, we're not doing. Especially because we've got Lancelot, we've got Maestro, and we've got Arch Pegasus open. Let's use that spirit bonding and show them the narrative of the movie. Bring out the Lord of Burst and Beast Griffin. And I didn't get it taken from us immediately. Well, that was a very anticlimactic debut for Griffin there. But nevertheless, so that's... I think I've explained the strategy for these guys. You know, make use of Musashi to take down Bailong's Fighting Spirit if it comes out, which it hasn't done. Try to get goals in when the goalkeeper doesn't have his spirit active, because it's very, very good. And bring out Griffin if at all possible. And be at least level 60 before you take it on. Try to give JP something to block with. So that's the strategy. Now I get to talk for a little bit about the team themselves. Now, Eternal Light is the reason that I chose to buy Inazuma 11 GO Light rather than Go Shadow back in the day, and they're still my preference to this day. They're going to use a special tactic. I might as well use Offside Trap. Godspeed increases their movement speed, and it's taken from the Apostles from the Sky in Inazuma 11 3. It's exactly the same thing. We'll just captain being offside instead. But yeah, their captain Bailong is... He doesn't really have much of a personality to speak of in this game. He's just a very confident, cocky guy who's extremely good at football and has a bit of a rivalry with Victor going on. But I'm still very much a fan of him. I like his design, and of course, he will have some kind of role in the future of the series, which truly makes me... What the... Excuse me? I needed to... Oh, why did I skip the replay? Did I just score with Flying Fish when he has a spirit open? No, hang on. We're having a look at this. Adekebe's kick stat is 111. That's not that good. I mean, yeah, ignore the fighting spirit that I've given him. It's V3, but... What? And... yeah, alright, so it had a type advantage. I believe his fighting spirit was Earth Element and Flying Fish's Wind, but... What the heck? Why? Flying Fish can barely get past guys using just a normal catch. Never mind a fighting spirit. Alright, so change the strategy. Adekebe is the one, and now Griffin's going to make this even more comfortable because your movement speed when you have this thing open is unmatched. I'm just running around these players entirely. They're not even getting a chance. We're going to flamberge on him just to make absolute sure. But yeah, so basically I'm a fan of Bailong, and I kind of prefer having version exclusive scenes about Victor and Bailong, even though the scenes with Arian and Tezcat are probably better written. I do just prefer having more characters involved that aren't Arian, because he's already the main character of the game. So a bit more Victor and Bailong is up my alley. And yeah, both teams are involved with the movie. It's just personal preference. I completely understand why anyone would prefer Ancient Darkness, but we're not doing their video yet. We'll go into full thoughts on them later. But as an avid fan of Bailong, yeah, I got this game for a reason, and Golite is still my preference. Adekebe is absolutely the star of this match. He's now used Killer Whale to take the ball from someone who has a fighting spirit. He just can't stop doing it, man, and we're going to make this 5-0. I'm only 5 levels higher than these guys. I thought it was going to be a bit more of a challenge, but, well, we're counting on Ancient Darkness to trip me up, it would seem. Adekebe coming out to be the most OP character in the cast. I don't understand. What made him so good? I just showed you his stats. But never mind. So, of course, there's a lot on the line here. You know, we want to... These kids are all somewhat held captive by 5th Sector. They seem to be quite voluntary about it, especially Bailong in particular, but there's a bit... It's a bit questionable, the means in which they're being held here, and for the sake of their goodness, we want to help them get out of this situation and bring Bailong off this island and into the main world, please. I mean, fair enough, he was seen in the main world in the cutscenes anyway. Just beat that guy's fighting spirit again! And finally, you decide to show up, White Wyvern. It's only like the best fighting spirit in the game, but just... he didn't feel like using it, he just wanted to go easy. And if this was an extra competition route, we just S-ranked Eternal Light. Wow. A good job, Ryman. Take that 5th Sector. You definitely do not have the ultimate team on your hands. Power up the narrative of training football naturally and friendship and whatnot. It's inconceivable. We were defeated. We did it. Bosh. Now I'm expecting quite a lot of level ups from this. We get the kit and the formation as well. Lucian finally gets Dark Energy Star, and Arian gets Triple Threat. Both of those are very good shooting moves.
We did it! We won! Huh, these lads are tough, but not so tough we can't take them.
No, they're still holding back. We haven't seen their true ability yet.
weighing at least. But you have only dipped your toes in the water and have yet to take the dive. Let us meet again someday.
Take the dive? He was acting as if there's another even stronger team. Is that even possible? Search me. No point sticking around here now, though. Let's get out of here.
Just as planned, Raimon have become the catalyst for the true ultimate power to take shape.
But they are still not strong enough to serve our purposes. We must hone their abilities further. Then, once they are strong enough,
The ultimate team, Zero, our greatest desire will finally be achieved.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. Don't worry about us. We'll be here a good while yet. I get the feeling there's still something we've overlooked, some hidden purpose to this island that we haven't uncovered. Best of luck then, and be careful, alright? Do your best out there in the final, okay? Go get 'em! The success of this revolution rests in your hands. Lead them well, Jude. You hardly need to tell me that.
Thanks for your help, everyone. We'll see you later.
Bit of a continuity break there. They're acting as though Jude is still the coach of Ryman, and also that they still have the final yet to come. And that's because the movie, which that match takes place in the anime, we'll call it, as a, you know, it kind of is. That actually takes place prior to the Universal match, where we see Griffin again in the regular episode, regular version of the game. So canonically, this game, that match takes place during the main story, even though you can only access it in the post game. Just don't worry about it. The main thing they said, Zero. That is something accessible, and if you want to do it, you need to have beaten Eternal Light, and you need another copy of the game, either your own or that of a friend, which has beaten Ancient Darkness in Ghost Shadow. Link the two games together, and you can take on that extreme team. I'll be having a video on that, so if you need to see it, let me know, and you can see what Zero has in store.